Hey guys, welcome back to CONSOLEVISION. Today I wanted to share something really awesome with you. I discovered a really cool ROM hack that I felt was worth sharing. Now generally I'm not big on ROM hacks, I usually just ignore them, but this one I really felt was worth talking about. So I decided to compare and contrast the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis versions of the official released games, and then compare it with this awesome ROM hack I found. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you shortly. The Mortal Kombat series is one of the most popular in the fighting genre. While other game developers of the time were copying the control scheme of the wildly successful Street Fighter II, Midway dared to come up with a fighting game that was as different in its controls as it was its subject matter. The first game in the Mortal Kombat series borrowed inspiration from Enter the Dragon and other martial arts films. Seeing digitized sprites captured from live actors was a real treat for the eyes. Then, at the end of the final round, came the fatality.
Sub-Zero with fatality.
I did not expect that.
Fatality.
Seeing that for the first time was mind-blowing. Back then, it was something you don't expect in a video game. It wouldn't be long before this game made its way to home consoles. In a campaign dubbed Mortal Monday, Mortal Kombat finally made its way to the living room and hearts of gamers in 1993. Both the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis ports of the game were bloodless. That was until you entered a secret code that would unlock all the gore and fatalities seen in the arcade version. This was present only in the Sega version of the game. Thanks to Nintendo's family-friendly policy, owners of the Super Nintendo port of the game would have to deal with sweat and toned-down fatalities that left a lot to be desired. To its credit, the SNES version of the game was superior to Sega's offering in both graphics and sound. But when you forego the very core of what made the game popular to begin with, it's hard to argue that Sega had the superior port. It was clear that by omitting all the blood and gore, the series was not as popular on Nintendo's console. It was a mistake Nintendo would not make twice. Just 5 months before Mortal Monday, Mortal Kombat 2 was already released in arcades. From the moment I saw it, it was clear that this sequel was what every sequel to a popular game should be. It looked better, it sounded better, and now there was a place called Outworld. Very different from the origin of Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2 had a more original story that worked really well. Of course, Mortal Kombat 2 debuted on home console just 1 year later, and both Sega and Nintendo got great ports on their respective platforms. This time, Nintendo had both superior sound and graphics, which ultimately made it the best port of the game released on a home console. And that's that. It's not that Sega's version looked bad. It didn't. It did look good. But compared to the Super Nintendo port, it lacked some of the bells and whistles that the SNES game had. Ultimately, owners on both sides were happy with their ports. If given enough time for development, how much better could the Sega Genesis port of Mortal Kombat 2 have been? not like I knew. I came across this ROM hack by chance on the Smoke Monster ROM set on the Mega EverDrive. I was blown away by what I played. I loaded the officially released game on the Sega Genesis for comparison purposes, which is when I realized just how much of an improvement was made in this ROM hack. It may be one thing to see it emulated, but seeing it run on real hardware is something else. Officially, the Super Nintendo game is the best port, but if we were to count the ROM hack, it would prove just how capable the Sega Genesis really is. Only now are we seeing what really could have been on original hardware. I give a lot of credit to both Smoke and Pyron for doing such an incredible job on Mortal Kombat 2 Unlimited. Emulated or not, you should definitely check out this ROM hack.
Fight!
Come here! Oh!
Scorpion wins. Fight! Round one. Fight! Sub-Zero wins.
Guys, thank you so much for watching CONSOLEVISION. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, click the little bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video, and if you'd like to leave a comment or a like, please do so. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.